Well, I tried. So the new setup's in. We're now on component cables instead of the HDMI converter. But I still got an audio crackle when I was testing, so I'm like, oh well, fuck. Maybe it's the Wii emulation that's introducing the crackle, because it wasn't happening previously on the GameCube, but that makes it a mutually exclusive thing where we either get better visuals or better audio. And I don't know, I think the visuals might be worth the trade-off of the occasional crackle noise, even if they suck, because it's not a good sound. I don't know. And then, of course, there's plenty of people in the audience that are not even... I don't think of myself as an audiophile at all, but there's plenty of people in the audience that are even less of an audiophile, so they super don't even give a shit. I've seen... I just think about how I see streams where the commentator's microphone is, like, busted, and they're completely clipping every time they speak, because their audio settings are broken, and no one's telling them, because no one's noticing, and I'm like, okay. We're gonna keep going. Cold moonlight filters in through grime-stained windows. Even with servants cleaning every day, the house never seems to get very clean, as if the very nature of the house itself is soiled. Like a big diaper. No. Oh, God. So many secrets to uncover in the house. Maximilian is so inexplicably drawn back into the house to continue his exploration. Go outside? What, are you mad? Hello. A stone tablet sits on the countertop, seemingly out of place in the room. Yes, I would suspect so. Mex has found some more ammo. Have you ever thought of storing them in a reasonable location? With a kind smile, she asks if Maximilian has an appetite, as if she is preparing a hearty meal for the evening. This music. A cozy fireplace is the focal point of the kitchen, lending a good deal of warmth to the austere room at night. It sounds like music for a seedy club. I can't think of the exact movie I'm thinking of right now, but I'm just thinking of like a panning camera angle as like somebody's new position in an underground society that's based around some kind of nightclub is being cemented, and there's like a tracking shot. Not a tracking shot, but like a camera angle where the camera slowly pans either forward or backwards through the entire club in kind of slow motion. And it probably ends with somebody like looking directly at the camera, and then the fucking credits rolling. Whilst going about her duties, the servant casually remarks about a strange quality hanging in the air. This odd comment makes Maximilian feel like something is quite amiss. Why would she say that? Weirdly, a thing that comes to mind is like, what is it? Like when Riddick, like, inherits the, like, necromonger throne, even though that's not a club at all, but I don't remember the scene that clearly, so it might be full of shit. A pump handle sitting in a barrel inside the pantry. What's it doing here? Probably gonna use it to pump. Are you ready to churn some butter? This is too many servants cleaning. I actually wonder what's wrong with this place. I don't wonder that much. It's Lovecraft. What could it be? The servant inquires if Maximilian requires anything of service. That is his job, as a server. Hey! There's something written beneath the image. When darkness spreads its wings before my master, Ulielth's greatest foe, the path to truth will be opened. And it's like red beats green, green beats blue, blue beats red. It's relatively intuitive, so fire beats grass, grass beats water, water beats fire. Whoop. Quoth the raven. Alright, Am I just gonna read or something? Huh! When dark, oh, it's a puzzle. I didn't know that I was going to be moving a raven, so I wasn't reading this as a puzzle, but just lore. So the greatest foe of my water elemental dude. I assume that means his biggest threat, because like they're both foes, but the one that I'm weak to. Because I picked blue this playthrough. Well, that's spooky. Anyway, back to exploring. I don't know if I'm quite ready to hop in there yet. Ooh! Ooh! There's another one here. That's an interesting point where they, it's like a tutorial, essentially. Like, they introduced the idea of these elements via a mandatory puzzle, so you have to deal with how it works. It's always interesting when games do that in an intuitive sort of way. Like, I was playing Zelda, and there was a boss fight that required you to know how to thrust your sword, as opposed to swinging it. But in the lead up to that, instead of being like, here's a tutorial on how to thrust your sword, necessarily, they were like, here's a puzzle where you have to thrust your sword into this thing and then turn it in order to, like, operate this mechanism. So the only way to proceed was to thrust your sword. So you had to remember that the mechanic existed in that less stressful situation, so that then when you got to a boss fight that requires it, you're like, oh yeah, sword thrusting. This illustration features a collection of strange lined designs, relating to each other in a cyclical manner. There appears to be some significance to it, but it isn't particularly evident. It's your house, dude. Isn't it? The wall is decorated in a colored triangular design. Although Max has seen this particular embellishment time and time again, its significance still evades him. I think they're just putting that and that next to each other just to kind of, like, reinforce the fact that, hey, that's the element you picked, in case you forgot. Oh. There's also supposed to be a door here. A door that infuriatingly does not match up with the carpet, I'm gonna point out. An oil painting of the mansion's foyer hangs on the wall. Max wonders why the artist would paint an inaccurate picture of one end of the room with such detail and clarity that it approaches realism. Like a photo. I was gonna say that, like, I was like, when we're looking at this, I was like, isn't there supposed to be a door here? Because I think I remember there being a door here. Then I saw this weird little table here, and I'm like, what? That's, like, in the way of where the door needs to be, because that's where the carpet is. But apparently the door's over here, so the fucking garbage just doesn't line up with the door. Remove the table! Start over, you've made the house wrong. Then again, the carpet also does this, so... there's also no door here. Jeez. I've seen in haunted mansion movies where there's a forbidden wing, but usually the wing hasn't vanished. An open letter lies on the table. Ta-da! Letter number 1 and number 2. Did I read this one already? In longhand, I think I did. The antiquity in which you ask is indeed the Tome of Eternal Darkness, or a copy of it, at least. Its secrets are still hidden from me, for I have been unable to read it, as have most scholars who have tried. It will remain within the sanctity of the mansion, for in the wrong hands it would be a powerful weapon. Peruse it if you will, but beware of its magic. It is a harsh mistress. Aaron Revoix. So it's probably hidden in the wing that I can't access. Clotted ink. A letter scrawled by a panicked hand with clotted ink. Dear friend, the house has been forsaken by the ancients. I dare not enter it for fear of my immortal soul. I would suggest that you leave also. Bring the book. It is a far more potent tool than you have learned, and may well swing the balance in our favor. Revoir. That's Aaron again. And now I have better explored and can check out the fireplace distressing thing. Can I put the fire out? Oh, the fire's not... Oh, it went out when I did it, I guess. Or maybe I just thought there was a fire because it looked really orangey. A curled scroll of aged parchment sits atop a stack of dusty books. It is covered with strange diagrams and writing. Reveal invisible spell scroll. Is this the... Oh yeah, this is the office. Oh yeah, this is the Tome of Eternal Darkness. An ornamental saber is displayed on the wall. I have a weapon. Big pet peeve. They took an image and they resized it, but they squished it. They didn't maintain the aspect ratio, so the shield looks really like wide and short. Yeah. Hello, books. Is that shelf? There's also supposed to be a door here. This is kind of funny, because yeah, you've played it in the future, so you know where certain doors exist that don't exist now. So you know that there's some nonsense going on. And it makes sense, because we've seen this guy go through walls, so he's some sort of like secret reveal-y dude. This Gothic cathedral is silhouetted against a stark light. The image is vicious and devoid of subtlety. Every brushstroke echoes the spikes of the architecture. He has like the same observation as before. Let's share that. He keeps looking at bookshelves. I'm wondering if that means something can happen. An aged flintlock pistol rests on a display stand fixed to the wall. I can dual wield! Haha! Which actually makes a lot of sense. Usually dual wielding is kind of stupid, as far as I can tell, with weapons. With guns in particular, like often not a smart move. A lot of guns are designed, you're usually better off steadying your aim with the other hand. But this gun shoots very slowly and has to be reloaded manually afterwards very, very slowly, so a second one on your, maybe not in your other hand, but on your belt to switch to is probably faster than reloading the one you're using. A rune. This appears to be a wax rubbing of some kind of carved pattern. The central point is an odd line design. A symbol or something? Lying amidst the papers on the desk is a strange leather-bound book. Should Max pick up the book? We didn't have to go to the nightmare screaming room for this one. As Max lifts the Tome of Eternal Darkness, a letter slips out from between the pages. Deftly, Max catches it as it drops towards the floor. The letter says, "Note, do not pick up the Tome of Eternal Darkness. You are instantly fact." Oh, I can scroll. I can zoom in and out a little bit with the D-pad. A letter scrawled almost indecipherably by a wavering hand. Dear friend, as I suspected, the ruins of Aenga, that blasted necropolis, lie deep under the site of the mansion. The accursed servants of Uliauth are so close I can almost hear them chittering. There is a secret opening in the basement, and from there we can gain access. I urge you to gather some men and seal it. Or better still, destroy that damned place. I have stowed something that you will find useful on the upper level. Look to the light, and you will find it. I wish that I could be at your side, but my ailment worsens daily, and I know that my time is short. A.R. There's something useful upstairs before I go downstairs. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this up a little bit more. There we go. I think the cable change might have slightly changed the brightness, but I could be wrong. I always got to keep a lookout because a brightness that seems bearable to me is often get these comments that are like, oh, I can't see anything. The screen's literally black, and I'm like, what? I can see everything. Admittedly, it's a lot of people. Ha! Oh, he's chasing me. I thought he was just. I just thought he was doing a little walk. All right, fuck you then. Oh, headshots don't work. That's bad. Okay. Hopefully he's good at this. Have at thee! Oh. Ah! Ah. Wasn't ready for that. There we go.
Fabulous.
Did you say fabulous? A new entry has been placed in Maximilian's medical journal. It can be accessed from the journal section of the tome. When an autopsy has been performed, ooh. Max can view the new entry by turning to the journal section of the tome and selecting autopsy at the bottom of the page. Select the autopsy to view the... Yeah, controls. Uliouth Bone Thief. The creature wears the skins of people to protect itself. Severing its neck kills the creature instantly. That's the entire analysis. Otherwise, it's just kind of a drawing. Alright. Gives us a new thing to do with that tab besides just looking at cutscenes. There we go. Do a little reload. Haha! The sword seems to work for now, though. Especially if I enchant it. Oh. There was apparently some nonsense over here. Yeah, I'm somewhat resigned to the fact that a significant portion of the audience watches these videos on phones and TVs that they either are incapable of or unwilling to fix the brightness and contrast settings of. So videos that are completely viewable on a properly calibrated display are like a black screen to them, and I'm like, I try to concede, I try to help them within reason, but at some point, those that don't help themselves. Wow, that's an escalation for this guy. This poor man. Shit, he's blocking everything. That might be intended. I was trying to do this. Yeah, there's like some popping and crackling, but it's, I think it might be less bad now? I'm not sure. Ah! Ah! Oh shit. I didn't see him at all. Sneaky. Do I need health? Not really, so let's just take it when it's purple. Get me out of here. Ah. He does like a press B to autopsy on people. That's actually, that might be a very bad idea actually. Since part of the madness comes from inspecting things, and like insight brings madness in this universe. So like actively doing an autopsy on every single body is like not the best way to avoid that. It's the Uliouth zombie. Severing the head will prevent it from singing. They sing? I've just severed the head of every zombie I've ever encountered immediately. So if they have any abilities, I've never seen them. Accumulation of gas in the abdomen resulting from decomposition is a serious threat. Watch out for explosions. Oh, these are the blue guys. They eventually charge up and explode, yeah. I forgot about that. That hasn't come up a lot since like the first encounters with him, basically. Ah! Ah! Yeah. There's a novelty to limb selection, but if most enemies amount to chop their head off and you win, then it's somewhat under-realized at that point, isn't it? The babies, they're crying now. Well. Well. I believe I can't do much with this.
This can't be happening.
There we go. I was like, I needed that one to wear off, because there was no getting back out of that one. Ah. Let's see. I've enchanted it with red, which actually is bad, because that means that I'm weak against the blue guy. So I've actually made it harder to fight him. Hello. Ow. Uh-oh. This is actually really bad. Oh god, his hitbox is so big. Oh, he wasn't avoidable anyway, he had a rune. So I couldn't just skip that fight. The Reveal Invisible spell. Alright. There we go. I guess left we'll have to do? Yeah. Oops. What did I just do? Recover, assign. Should be blue, because that's my element? I don't know. Enchant item, assign, blue, up. Why not? Oh, I don't have the energy to heal. What if the autopsy kills me? Because the losing sanity loses health. All of my meters are empty right now. Like, I am about to die. I'm pretty fucked. Do I have a healing item? Because I can't use healing spells. Uliauth Horror. So now we know what these guys are called. Although the creature has no eyes, it is far from blind. The horror's latent energy causes an electrical discharge if it comes close. I think it's willing to do a discharge even when it's not close to me. Can I eat ammo to heal? Alright, so we're heading upstairs to find the useful thing. I'm not in a good place right now. Is that an enemy that I hear? I'm currently quite literally walking it off. Because the way you regenerate mana in this game is moving. So I need to do laps for a little while. I need to do some... Oh, that was probably his body despawning. I need to do cardio for a bit. And after I do cardio for a bit, he'll be able to cast his healing spell. If I go into the next room right like this, I'll probably die. Oh, it didn't cast. What? Okay, so the first time I cast it... The first time that I casted it, I was running... And I guess it just ate the mana without casting it? Like, It was like, you're currently moving, so you can't cast that, but we're still gonna take the energy away from you anyway. So that's a dick move. But we also learned something new. So I want to assign you as red again. There we go. Because it heals the element that it is. So it requires magical energy to cast, but then it heals the meter that is the element color that it is. So if I get a green element, then I can then heal my sanity, which seems to really completely nullify the threat of sanity damage, I guess. But for the moment, yeah, I need to use the red element recovery. I thought that maybe making the recovery the element that the god thing I chose at the beginning might make it stronger or something, which is not an unreasonable guess. But actually, the elements match the colors of my 3 health bars, or my 3 bars, so they recover that color, which makes, at least at its current level of power, the blue one fucking useless. Because it heals, it spends blue to heal blue, and it pretty much net zeros. Like, it pretty much just ends up not making any progress at all, and it just uses up a blue and then gives it back, which is not helpful. Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling. Hello, my ragtime gal. There we go. My weapon's enchanted again. Just take the bad audio quality as another thing that's spooky about all this. Ooh. Hi. Oh, I'm the zombie. How spookums. Look how spookums I am. Why did they chopped off my dick? The entire area is just missing. Just unfortunate. Can I attack? Can I cast spell still? Does he do limb selection so like it swings in different ways when I press different directions maybe? I don't think so. I think it pretty much just loops. Oh. I'm gonna experience zombie death. There we go. The insanity effects are cute. Hey, remember that time you killed everyone who worked for you? Yeah. I don't think the servants, because they aren't an ungodly nightmare creature, they just look like the servants, but mind-controlled. Oh, we're upside down again. I think that, you don't lose sanity for seeing them. Or at least I can't execute them to get it back. Ooh. Those are bad sounds. That person's having a bad time. The downside of some of these insanity effects is that you have to wait for them to expire, and they just...
Is it really happening?
They'll do it on their own time.